Get cozy, everybody, because today we'll continue to play Sepia Tears. Where were we? Yeah. All I really want is for things to stay the way they are. I'm happy. If that's the case, I'll do my best to help you fulfill your wish, I promise. Thank you. It was nice talking to you, Mark. It was a pleasure indeed. Mind giving me a little warning before you show up next time? Just leave it to me. Ring ring. Sorry, this might be important. I reach into my pocket and look down at the display. A squirrel darts up a tree in the corner of my eye. It's from Rin. They're probably wondering where I am. Hey, Myra? Oh, she's dead. She's definitely dead. I know what to expect before I look up. In that case, you better keep your promise. Find me, okay? You better find me. That sounded like a threat. I make my declaration to a backdrop of snow-covered trees. The twilight sky slowly fades. It's gotten really late, really fast. I'm walking toward the subway station where I agreed to meet up with Rin and Lucas, but everything keeps looping through my mind. Myra. I don't trust her. I can't, and I shouldn't. But considering how things started out, I should be happy. I still don't know where she's from or how she knows me well, I really don't know anything. I don't know anything, but she's less of a mystery. Maybe meeting her wasn't such a bad coincidence after all. Maybe. I'm back, jeez. Day 3, Coco. The sky's red. I think it's white, but maybe I'm colorblind. Too red. But it's not blood red, not what you expect from a horror movie. It's deeper, duller, emptier. The air is thick, like walking through water. I hate it. A slim figure stands before me, obscured by the sea of light. She stands silently. Speaking is not her specialty. She only watches. But she's very, very good at it. It kills me. Because she's just doing her job. The world is still, the future predetermined. No matter how many times you watch a movie, the end stays the same. Or instead of a movie, it's like a visual novel. Everything just stays the same, no matter how many times you replay it. Her mouth moves. She doesn't speak, but I know what she's saying. And I begin to fall. I thought I said fail. But I'm glad. At least this means I can escape. Huh? With an excruciating gasp of icy breath, I open my eyes. Ugh. I roll to the other side of the bed and check the time. I still have half an hour before I normally get up for school. Ugh. Huh? Just a daydream. Nothing more, nothing less. On each side, I'm going on ahead. The morning passes me by. I've got to go meet with Lucas to talk about something important. Don't forget your stuff for the project. And with that, she shuts the door and scampers off. Project? Crap, I did have a project to work on today, didn't I? Oh well, it's just Lucas, he won't care. Refreshed from the chill of the winter air, I stroll into school, feeling oddly carefree. There's no use in worrying after all. And there's Lillian. Suddenly, Myra drops down the priority list of things to think about. Alright, just stay calm, composed. Hey, Lillian. My words echo awkwardly in the empty hallway. Off to a good start. Oh hey, you're early today. Rin is still at home, I suppose. No, she went on ahead. I think she had to discuss something with Lucas. You didn't see either of them this morning? No, not at all. Lucas is usually early, too. They're planning something. They're definitely planning something. Well, I suppose it's their business. And I could tell when Rin is doing something I'd rather not know about. That's pretty much every day, isn't it? Anyway, they might be gone for most of the day. Guess we don't have much else to do. Oh. I guess you're right. And this is why two introverts make a bad combination. What are you reading? It's a sci-fi story about clones that don't know they're clones. Then they find out that they're clones and get all angsty and existential. That's a fantastic description. Thank you. But well, doesn't that describe every sci-fi novel plus some vague dystopian metaphors, I guess? You're sort of right, but the story is wrapped up in a love triangle and, ooh, is this story giving hints of the actual story of this visual novel? So it's a romance novel? I never thought you were the type. Well, it's not. It's. What do you mean by that? Huh. You know, you've never really asked me what I read, so you shouldn't be so surprised. I know, I'm sorry. More importantly, you're enjoying the book? Yeah, I am. It's bittersweet, but I think there's something admirable about the heroine's courage. She's willing to face pain for a chance at happiness. Sounds like the kind of thing a fictional character would do. Well said. Didn't get to finish the chapter? It's alright, I could do it later. See you at lunch then. Right. Something rises in my throat and chokes away any words that could have followed. Oh, my neck. As you can judge for yourself from this chapter, the monetary policy that was in place during the Another Day, Another Dull History lecture. I'm bored. Let's look outside. It's because of this mentality that I never get anywhere in the school. At least you're aware it's a bright day, but also a normal day. That won't do much good. Say, is that Lucas? I see a figure lying on the snow taking some sort of wide-angle photo of the field behind the school. The figure also happens to be wearing Lucas's jacket, hence the deduction. This is more unusual than it seems. See, Lucas isn't a photographer. He's anything but a photographer. The thought of him going out of his way to create art that can't wear twin tails is absurd. Then again, he's a pretty absurd person. Later that decade, technological advancements allowed. Guess I'd better try to pay attention. History, economics, money, spending money, presents, holiday season. Crap. I haven't bought a single Christmas present yet, have I? Lillian. She's not picky, so anything should be fine, but I want something more than just fine. This is dumb. Lunchtime arrives after a short but painfully dull class. But something is odd. I look to my left, nothing. I look to the right, nothing. I look in front of me, still nothing. Where is everyone? Could Rin and Lucas possibly be planning something that occupies even their lunch break? Well, peace and quiet isn't bad. The only downside is that it'll just be me and Oh, right. I'm alone. Where are the others? Good question. Well, that's odd, isn't it? We're talking about Rin and Lucas. Of course it's odd. So I guess you never figure out what they're planning. Well, I can't quite say that I figure it out, but I made an interesting observation this morning. Observation? Yep. It wasn't as much an observation as it was a random coincidence. You see, I was looking out the window during class. Anyway, I was looking out the window and I saw something interesting. So what happened next? Did you go outside? No. But I kept looking and there was a strange guy lying on the ground taking pictures. Why do I get a feeling you're trying to find an excuse for not paying attention during class? I'm not lying, really. I should write that one down. I can't say I know where you're going with this. Well, I think the guy was Lucas. Why? Because he was wearing Lucas's jacket. Well, that's a little redundant. I was slightly worried about the answer to this question, but could you not have jumped to the point 3 minutes ago? Yeah. Oh, here's an idea. Why don't we go look around? He must have been taking a picture of something, right? Normally I would say no, but it isn't like him to skip school. I'll come along. Alright then, to the winter wonderland of the back of the school. Wait, we're going outside? Can't we just look from upstairs? Forget windows, let's go see the real thing. Wait for me. I grab onto Lillian's arm without thinking, and I pull her towards the staircase leading outside. I haven't finished lunch yet, you asshole. It only occurs to me for a moment that neither of us have our jackets. Wow, genius. Stupid. Mark, it's freezing. How far was he? He was right here, but the hills were partially blocking my view, so we'll have to go a bit further to be sure. Didn't you say you were curious? And she falls silent. I guess I was right. I'm curious, but I don't want to die of frostbite, you jackass. Just a bit more. Over one last hill. A few more paces. We made it. After a perilous trek through the dark side of the school, which took a total of 2 minutes, we arrive at a peculiar sight. It's a snowman. You sound surprised. No, not really. I just thought there would be something more. Knowing them, you'd expect some sort of hidden joke or ulterior motive. Maybe there is one. Maybe. It's kinda cute. Lillian wraps her arms around the humanoid lump of snow. Cute. Weren't you freezing a moment ago? But it's so cute. Come on, just look at his puffy body and cartoony eyes. It doesn't matter if it's made of snow. Hey, he's more than twice your height. I don't think that's a fair comparison. Still, doesn't it make you feel all warm and fuzzy? Nope. You look good together. I'm happy for you. I get a feeling I shouldn't ask what you're thinking right now. No worries, I won't get it away. Oh, you just don't understand what it means to like cute things. Maybe if I saw anything cute in a pile of snow shaped vaguely like a human being. Killjoy. I think our hands are cold. Okay, I think I'm back now. Thank God, I thought you were gone for good. Ouch. So, you think the guy was Lucas? I'm pretty sure I'll ask him, but there aren't many people who do strange things for no apparent reason. And you think he was with Rin, right? I doubt he'd do it by himself. He's not the type to have a mysterious girlfriend. A mysterious girlfriend? Ooh, planting the seeds, eh? Anyway, I think it's safe to say that the two of them are desperately trying to dry their socks right about now. You're probably right. We should head back too, before someone gets sick. Would that someone be the one who went on the snowman hugging spree? It was only one. That's barely a spree. So it was an isolated incident of snowman hugging. Duly noted. Cool. Alright, what now? It's called lunch break for a reason, you know. We could just eat lunch, but where's the fun in that? There's not much fun in eating, I suppose. Exactly. Why don't we take a walk around the school? Maybe something exciting will happen. Exciting? Will I regret it if I ask what you have in mind? Probably not, since I don't really know what I have in mind. I regret it already. Anyway, it doesn't really matter, does it? Anything's better than sitting still. I can name a few things that are. Like what? Like eating. I didn't think it'd be the type, Lillian. How gluttonous. I have a 700-page book in my bag. So, shall we eat then? Sigh. Alright, fine. I'll leave it up to you. Let's search for whatever it was you wanted to search for. I knew you'd understand. Now I just have to figure out where to go. Did you finish the story you were working on? Not yet. I made some good progress the other day, though. The protagonist is a bit whiny, but I'm not sure what to do about it. Isn't everybody an insecure teenager at heart? True. I bet insecure teenagers are insecure teenagers at heart. Not sure about the rest of us. I'll refrain from thinking about which category I belong in. It's a tricky problem to deal with, but I'll figure it out. Too bad midterms are coming up. Midterms, that's right. I knew there was something I had to do today. You were supposed to come over and study, weren't you? It's sad but true. You know you can't escape. You have to start working now unless you're serious about failing. Normally I disagree, but at this point I think I really do need to study. You know, by the 10th grade, you should be. Wait, what? Did you just say what I think you said? Something about pigs flying? But you said it right. I wasn't hearing things. I said that I really need to study. Her happiness has physically manifested itself around her head. Yeah, I could see the flower stuff. Well, what can I say? I suppose I've matured. I can't believe it. This day, the 13th of December, shall be etched in the annals of history. Alas, you take your first step on the path to adulthood. I could have been like this all along if I wanted to. I just didn't want to. That's true, but looking at your previous grades, a revelation like this really could be a turning point for you. Turning point? You know, it's not like I'm a failure or anything. I'm just... Hang on a moment. How exactly did you see my previous grades? Let's just say that Red and I are on good terms. In any case, it's alright if I come over today, right? Yeah, of course. I'm looking forward to it. Is something wrong? I'm fine, really. Mostly. It doesn't matter. Let's eat. In the hallways of the school? Okay. You're right. I'll meet you later. Sure. Okay. Now what? You're early again. Are you sure you're not forgetting anything? Well, we all have to grow up sometime, you know. Punctuality is valued in the adult world, or so I hear. You're right. Now, if only I could get Lucas to do the same. That's going to be an uphill battle. He's devoted from the inside out, but only to the things he wants to devote himself to. I still think it's worth a try, if I could only get him to channel that burning passion into something else. Now that's a scary expression if I've ever seen one. Hey, relax, I'm not planning on sabotaging external hard drive or anything. I can't imagine what Lucas would be like without his unnecessary passion. I don't think even a destroyed hard drive could stop him. Yeah, I suppose you're right. You can destroy the man, but you can't destroy the idea. Isn't that a little out of context? Well, maybe, but you know what I'm saying. Pardon the cliche, but it's part of what makes him who he is. You could say that even after everything I say about Reed and Lucas, I wouldn't be friends with them if I didn't respect them. You wouldn't even be friends with your own sister? Well, I'd take care of her and do what I need to do, but that doesn't mean I'd be really friends with her, right? But don't look at me like that. I'm not cold-hearted, I just don't feel obligated to force a friendship. It kind of defeats the purpose of having friends in the first place, doesn't it? I'm impressed. I didn't expect you to think through all of this, Mark. I think more people assume I do. It's a good hobby. Just as long as you don't space out. I'm still working on that one. I like this dialogue. It's really natural sounding. Like what two other friends would actually talk about. She smirks knowingly. 20 minutes later, we arrive at Lillian's house. I pass the commute by talking about the difference between the two ham sandwiches at the cafeteria. This is quite a nice neighborhood. No, that is a nice house. You think so? Yeah, as far as neighborhoods go, it's not bad. Can't say I've thought about it. What, you mean you never designed a personal criteria for neighborhood judgment? I guess not. Come on, what's wrong with you? How are you supposed to determine your feelings for a particular neighborhood without coming up with some sort of criteria? You're just being stupid, aren't you? Took you long enough. Grab something from the fridge. I'll be upstairs. What fridge? I'm outside your house. I walk upstairs and open the door to what appears to be her study room. Is that a plushie? At the side of her desk, beside the usual pencils and erasers and physics formula sheets, lies a large plush toy of a cartoon mascot. Wonder what she'd do with a thing like this. Wow, how cute. I'm a stuffed toy, gal. Kia. Go. Kia. Go. Okay, I really don't think that's what she'd do with it. Even if the mental image is adorable. This is a bad train of thought. Pulling a chair from the desk, I take a seat and relax. There's a large stuffed toy shop in the mall we were in the other day. I wonder if that shopping bag on the bench was... I see. She really does have a girlish side. I try to keep my mind from wandering by spinning around on the swivel chair, but my attempt is futile. I can just imagine her sitting on this chair alone at night, idly gazing at its plastic eyes, poking at its fluffy cheeks as she ponders the next sentence to write, sighing as she takes off her glasses to relax. And this one's even softer and fluffier than the last one. I'm the softest and fluffiest of all the stuffed toys. Why, I'm so lucky to have something this soft and fluffy in my room. Poke, ugu, poke, ugu, poke, ugu. I think that came out wrong. Okay, this isn't working. Plan B. Here we go. Spin. Ouch. My knee bumped into the side of the desk. Wait, that wasn't just the desk that I hit. It was the side of a drawer. The drawer slid open. A little peek couldn't hurt, could it? It's not like I'll find anything more than pencils and highlighters. Hesitantly, I stand up and move my head over the drawer, prepared to slide it shut as soon as I see what's inside. There isn't very much to see. Pencils, pens, erasers, the works. But... I've seen this before. I've absolutely seen this before. It's the strangest thing. Finding a bookmark in a desk is the pinnacle of normality, but I know there's something odd about this. It's magic. Footsteps coming up the stairs. I'd better forget about this whole thing. The end? Erg. My fingers are sore from writing and my brain is sore from thinking. It's only been an hour. How do you survive this? Like literally. How does it not kill you? Well, I only study for about half an hour, but I do it every day, so it adds up. Every day? Homework every single day? No wonder I've been a slacker all this time. Dare I ask how you manage to survive with such a rigorous routine? This isn't rigorous at all. It's just because you never work that it feels like a significant difference. Your brain is out of shape. I'm starting to think that the whole responsibility thing just isn't for me. 10 more physics problems, now. A pencil rolls my way along with a fresh sheet of paper. And no calculator for you, god damn. No calculator? Is that even possible? Mathematicians always use fucking calculators and shit. Why can't I use that? Oh, I'm sure it can be done. Not that I've ever tried. Darkness. Darkness envelops my mind. My senses are completely muted. My eyes see nothing but black. My ears hear nothing but the painful pulse of silence. All I feel is a continuous throb within the stillness of the air, repeating, hurting, aching, hurting, over and over, like a red blindfold, blinding, pulsing over and over, growing stronger, stronger, until I can't feel my feet, my hand dissolving, dissolving, red, pulsing, pulsing, red, pulsing, 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 pulse. Mark? Whoa, how long was I out for? That expression made me realize that I don't really want an answer. You look like you're about to die. I feel like I'm about to die. There's a novel lying on her lamp, as if she only just put down what she was reading and noticed me. Well, you've done a lot today. I suppose it's alright if you stop now. It's alright? Do you mean that I'll die if I try any harder? To be honest, I'm surprised you managed to get this much done. I'm proud of you. Thanks, Mom. Is there anything wrong with being concerned about a friend's well-being in school? I think your level of devotion goes just a bit beyond concerned. You have a point. Would you like something to drink, assuming that you don't have to rush home right away? Sure. Water is my first priority. Alright, I'll be back in a moment. No one's home right now, so you can head to the living room. I doubt you want to spend any more time in a cramped study. I'd be glad if I didn't see another study room for the next decade. We'll see how long that dream lasts. Oh, cool. Here you go, a mug of hot chocolate for an icy cold day. Oh, perfect. Hot chocolate on a cold day? This is great. You really don't have to be this polite, but thanks anyway. Oh, did Rin happen to tell you anything about the results of the survey the student council is running? Nope, not a word. Should she have? Well, no, but she should have the results by now. And she should have a report completed on the results. Now it makes sense. I'm sorry that my sister's such a slacker when it comes to extracurricular stuff. She usually gets like this at the end of the term. Nah, don't worry about it. I'm not an official member anyway. Besides, it's not like they're falling behind. Yet. Well, I'm about 99% certain that she's lying around at home, either clicking around on the internet or playing video games, so I can't really defend her lack of diligence. It must be interesting living with someone like that. You have no idea. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? After 16 years, I still haven't figured that out. Chocolate wafts through the air. It must be nice to have siblings. It must be nice to be an only child. Don't you understand how lucky you are? Yeah, I suppose it does have its perks, but it gets lonely here sometimes. Oh god, don't remind me of that fucking awful visual novel. If it weren't cold, I'd be able to hear raindrops on the windows. You know, if you get lonely after school, you could always try inviting people over. I don't know about Lucas and Rin, but I know I've got way more time than I need. I suppose that's true, but I wouldn't want to bother you like that. Bother? Come on, it's me. Do you really think that something like this is a bother? When you put it that way, I guess it isn't, is it? Of course not, you know. We've been friends for more than a year now. You don't have to be so distant. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you ever need it. Thanks. It's a difficult thing to describe, the feeling of being suffocated by silence. It's the classic metaphor that pops up in every work of fiction, moments that are so simple, so fragile that they shatter the moment someone opens their mouth. I shattered the moment. I hate to sound like a broken record, but really, is everything alright? You've been acting strange lately. I could say the same to you. What, really? I'm not sure how to describe it, but I feel like you've been distant lately. Distant? You know, like, even though you're here right now, your mind is off somewhere else. Like, you have more important and more urgent things to think about than the everyday happenings at school. Well, a lot has been going on lately. I can't really explain it. I suppose it's been the same with me. Yeah, I noticed. Mark? I have something to tell you. I hope you don't mind, but Go on. I'm listening. She smiles. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to have to say things like this, to push my problems onto you, but ever since the beginning of this year, something has been bothering me. At first I ignored it, thinking that it was nothing, but it kept coming back, and every time it returned, it was stronger than the last time. Do you know what I mean? You know how that feels, right? No, I don't. It's been bugging me since then, interfering with my daily life, making me do things that I normally would never do, but nothing's changed. I wanted the feeling to stop, to be honest. I just wanted it to disappear. But that can't happen. No matter what I do, nothing changes. I was at a loss, so I decided to tell someone. I thought that maybe if I spoke my mind, things would change for the better. So why don't you? A shield forms around her eyes. I'd rather not. If you're that afraid, there's no need to hold it all in. Hold it in? No, it's nothing like that. She wipes her eyes. I'm fine, really. My head hurts, but I can still carry on. The thing is, I'm not sure how much longer I can last. Then tell me, maybe I can help. You can tell, can't you? You know that I've already said too much. As I absorb every detail of Lillian's downcast eyes and forced smile, I realize that I might as well be looking in the mirror. I'm sorry. A car door slams in the distance. Sorry about all this. I'll be fine. Please don't worry about me. If you forget, then maybe nothing will change. Please. I can do nothing but nod in response. The flashing alerts within my heart turn into a dull, painful thud. The winter sky darkens too quickly. It isn't late yet, but as I walk the final 2 blocks home, the pitch-black sky and icy winds dampen my mood. I know what price I'll pay if I get too close. I shouldn't, but... And that bookmark, that small, irrelevant bookmark, is still nagging at me at the back of my mind. I'm not innocent or naive. I know what I'm getting myself into. But if I do it willingly, at least I can't play the victim. Okay? Wow, this is interesting, man. Day 4, footprints. Awesome. What do tears leave behind? Trail of tears? I don't know. A trail of salt water for one, salty sadness, but there's more. There comes a point when tears dry, when try as you might, they just won't come anymore. After that, there's a lot of emptiness. It's the same as before, of course. She doesn't move. Her mouth flicks open from time to time, but her words are silent, her thoughts invisible. A warm feeling trickles down my cheek, but I'm relieved. Emptiness much scarier than sadness. Okay. Oni-chan. Oni-chan? It's alright, right, I'm up. Huh? Mark, are you feeling alright? After something like that, I don't think I'm in the mood to talk. Wait, that voice. Oh crap. Morning. You've gotta be kidding me. You look like you've seen a ghost. Were you having a bad dream? Oh crap. More seed planting. What are you doing here this early? Wait, that's the least of my problems. And why are you climbing through my window? Pardon the cliche, but if you left it unlocked, you were just inviting me to come in. What are you, a vampire? But then again, it needs an invitation, so yeah. Half vampire? And how exactly did you know that it was unlocked? Easy. I checked. Oni-chan, are you up? You'll be late for school. Ren's voice comes from the kitchen below. Uh-oh. Traitor! What are you talking about? You're not supposed to have other girls in the house. What happened to our promise? She's my sister. Wait, didn't you already know that? Shoot, you caught on. You mean you did all of that to make me think you were the victim of some cliche rom-com misunderstanding? Kinda. You're scary, you know that? Oh, I could be much scarier. Oni-chan, I told you, we'll be late. Do you need me to come up there again? So what's it gonna be? Will you leave me for your sister even after I came all this way to see you? No, of course not. But, what do you mean? Are you afraid of her? Of course not. I just... Don't tell me you're into that sort of thing. What are you thinking? Mark, are you on the phone? I told you, we'll be late if you take any longer. Well, this is quite a predicament, isn't it? It doesn't help that you're giggling at my misery. That's true, but at least I'm not making noise. Gotta be careful. Careful of what? Not getting caught when you break into people's homes? I was thinking more along the lines of letting your innocent little sister discover what her Oni-chan gets up to when the lights go out. But you just got here. She doesn't know that. But oh, you're blushing. I'm not. Oh shit, sorry fellas, after it here. This is pretty fun. This is pretty hilarious. So this is Sepia. Cheers. If you want to try to get for yourselves, the links to the description. That is all for today. Stay safe and take care of yourselves. Man, two very different heroines. One is really shy, the other is really outgoing, but apparently he knows us so well. I like this setting up stuff. There's so many planted seeds. Maybe she's a ghost. There's hints, there's clues. I hope it pays off, like in a logical way, and there's no bullshit like, hey, wait, where did that come from? Please let it be that way. If you want to try to get for yourself, the link to the description. That is all for today. Stay safe and take care of yourselves.